Shabbat Shalom, Israel. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Children of Light Israelites. My name is King QANAAH, Bun Israel. I'll be your teacher for today. And I want to thank you for tuning in once again. Last week we left off dealing with spiritual understanding, dealing with spiritual significance. We're going to continue with that understanding. We're going to continue dealing with things of the Spirit, for we know that the flesh profiteth nothing, it is the Spirit that quickens. So today, the name of this lesson is going to be called The Spirit of Stupor, Spiritually Deaf and Dumb. Okay? Because there are a lot of people, when you come to them with spiritual understanding, they can't perceive what you're saying. It goes over their head. You're vibrating too high for them. Or, like the Messiah, they just think you crazy, right? Right. So, we're going to be looking at the spirit of stupor. We're going to be taking a look at people that are spiritually deaf and dumb. All right? They have eyes that they see not, and they have ears that they hear not. So, before we get into the first scripture, I want to say all praises to Ahaya Ashar Ahaya, Bahashem Yacheya Wahakodashi Ruaka, Shemaya Sha'ala Ahaya, Alahayam Nawa Ahaya Akkad, Shemaya Sha'ala Ahaya, Alahayam Nawa Ahaya Akkad, Shemaya Sha'ala Ahaya, Alahayam Nawa Ahaya Akkad. Hero Israel, the Most High Power is one. Selah. So, let us get into our first scripture for today. It's going to be Isaiah 29, verse 9. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 9. And it says, "Stay yourself and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. For the Most High have poured out upon them the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes. The prophets and the rulers, the seers have he covered." So, we see right here that the Most High Ahaya have poured out the spirit of deep sleep upon people, okay? People are drunk, but not with the physical wine that you drink. They stagger, all right, in life. They are spiritually drunk. They have drunken the wine of Babylon. They have accepted the philosophies. They have accepted the ideologies of a Eurocentric white supremacy mindset. All right? You Israelites and the whole nations, all nations, have drunken of the wine of this fornication. Okay? So, now we see it is the Most High who poured this spirit out upon these people. Because it links in the 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9 through 12, where it tells you that there will be a what? A strong delusion. Because people do not have love for the truth. Therefore, the Most High have sent them a strong delusion, seeing that they have pleasure in unrighteousness. Okay? All right. We're going to keep moving. Because people are blind. They don't want the truth. They like drinking the wine of Babylon. They love the philosophies of their slave owners. Okay? So, our next scripture, Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 4. Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 4. And it reads, "Yet the Most High have not given you a heart to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear until this day. And I have led you 40 years in the wilderness. Your clothes are not waxing old upon you, and your shoe is not waxing upon your foot." Right. So, 40 years, our people was in the wilderness. Their clothes did not get old. Their shoes and the soles of their feet did not eat away. They did not perceive that. Because it said the Most High did not give them a heart of understanding, that they may see with their eyes and perceive, and that they may hear with their ears and they may hear. All right, it is the Most High who gives us the spirit of readiness to be able to accept the truth, because faith cometh by hearing, and by hearing the word of Elohim. So if you don't hear the word of Elohim, you will not grow from faith to faith, from glory to glory. Okay, you have to surround yourself in the hearing of it. Not only hear it, but believe it. It has to be mingled with faith. All right, okay. So it is the Most High who gives us the spirit of understanding, the spirit of readiness to be able to accept the truth, the spirit of faith to believe in it. But a lot of you have the spirit of stupor. Someone comes to you, you are not ready to accept the word. You don't have faith that the word is the authentic word of the Most High power. Okay? That's the spirit of stupor. And if you have that spirit, it is because the Most High have not granted you to have an understanding heart. Let's keep going. Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 21 through 23. Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 21 through 23. Because our people have the spirit of stupor very strong with them. When I say our people, I'm meaning the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. They have the spirit of stupor because they have been lied to from generation to generation to generation. It just has been perpetuated on and on and on. So when you come with truth, they hold fast to the spirit of error, which makes them stupid. It's a spirit of stupor. Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 21 through 23. And it reads, "Hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not. Fear you not me, saith the Most High? Will you not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sands for the bounds of the sea by a perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it? And though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet they cannot prevail. Though they roar, yet they cannot pass over. But this people have a revolting and a rebellious heart. They are revolted and gone. Now, the Most High is saying, look, foolish people that have eyes to see not and ears to perceive not. Okay? Because the Most High have shown our people in the wilderness for 40 years signs and miracles they still could not perceive. They was dealing with the living power. All right? He given them the word, mingled it, given it to them to put in their ears, to mingle in their ears, yet and still they could not receive it. Now, the Most High said, will you not tremble at my word or at my presence? The waves, they toss to and fro, but yet and still they do not overstep their boundaries. Even the waves of the sea roar, and they are obedient to the law and the decree of the Most High. Yet and still, our people, Israel, are revolted and gone away, a rebellious people, stiff-necked, for they have drank of the wine of their oppressors, and now they have the spirit of stupor. Let's continue. Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 2. And it reads, Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which have eyes to see not, they have ears to hear and hear not, for they are a rebellious house. So you see this? The children of Israel are rebellious people, all right? They perish for a lack of knowledge. They don't want knowledge. They don't want understanding. They have the spirit of stupor. The scriptures tell you in Jeremiah that my people are statish, which means stupid. All right? It means to be dumb. Okay? You come to them, you try to show them the truth. They don't want the truth. So now, For those who are trying to bring the truth out to people, I know you love your family. I know you love your friends. And we want everyone to get this understanding and to come out of the spirit of error and to come from up under the spirit of stupor. But yet and still, people will not accept this, all right? Because as it is written, you will have the tares, you will have the wheat. Okay? Now let's go to Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. Because I'm going to show you, there have been many a times that I've came to people when I first was awakened to the truth of the fact of the matter that I am of the holy bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. When I came to that realization, I was really gung-ho with the truth. I wanted everyone to understand this truth. I had a heart for my people to be awakened, to understand this truth, to walk in this truth. I was so desperately trying to get them to see what the Most High shown me. That what was in my heart, like, oh, the Most High showed me a jewel and a precious diamond. And I wanted to show my people as well. But yet and still, our people cannot accept it. So, Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. Matthew chapter 7, verse 6, in this particular scripture, came to me, and the Most High showed me to be more calm in my approach with the scriptures and to operate in this fashion. Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. Give not that which is holy unto dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under feet and turn again and rend you. Let me read that again. Give not that which is holy unto dogs, neither cast ye your pearl before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you. Now, what is this talking about? Is this talking about giving a literal pearl to a pig? No, it's not talking about that. The pearl being the word and the kingdom of heaven and the precepts and the understanding and the spirit of truth. That is a great treasure. All right? That is a great pearl. It is a great jewel and ruby to be awakened to the truth and the knowledge of the Most High. That is a great attribute. It is a great pearl. It is a great treasure. Now, when you're dealing with someone who has the spirit of an unclean animal, which is swine, considered to be unclean, a person who has a spirit, an unclean spirit, operating in unclean fashion, doing things that is unclean and contrary to the Most High's law, and then you come and try to tell them and show them the right way, guess what? They shun it. They will kill you. That's why I say cast not your pearl to swine, lest they cast them and trample them under your feet and rend you, turn around and rend you and kill you. So Israel, be careful who we bring our information to. For those who have a readiness of heart to accept the scriptures, those are the ones who we bring it to. And later on, I'm going to show you those who have a readiness of heart to accept the scriptures in faith and in readiness. So, Romans 11, verse 8. Romans chapter 11, verse 8. Because to this very day, our people have the spirit of blindness on them. They're spiritually deaf and dumb. And when you try to heal them and bring forth understanding according to the word of Ahaya, they don't want to hear it. They like to live in madness. They like to live in foolishness. They love it. Okay? They just love it. All right, Romans 11 and 8. And it reads, according to as it is written, Elohim have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should see not, and ears that they should hear not, unto this day. Now, let me read that again. According to as it is written, Elohim have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear. And that particular word right there, that scripture, that word slumber, it means stupor. All right, look it up in your Strong's Concordance. It translates into stupor. To this very day, our people have a spirit of stupid on them. because they have drunken the wine of Babylon. They have drunken the philosophies of their slave masters, and therefore they are stupid now. Okay? So, we're going to keep it moving. 2 Corinthians 3 and verse 14. 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 14. And it reads, I'm going to start from 13. And not as Moses, which put a veil over his face, that the children of Israel could not steadfastly look to the end of that which is abolished. Verse 14. But their minds were blinded, for until this day there remained some veil untaken away, the same veil untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament, which veil is done away in the Messiah. Verse 15. But even unto this day, when Moses is read, the veil is upon their hearts. So, now we see here that there is a veil still regarding those who just believe in the Old Testament, Torah-only believers. All right? They have a veil upon their head, veil upon their eyes. They have eyes that they see not and ears that they hear not. Because if you truly was reading the Old Testament with the heart of understanding, you could definitely see the foundation of the branch, the Messiah, the king, all right, and the priest, according to the order of Melchizedek. Okay? Anyone who studies the scriptures can see the Messiah in the Old Testament, except for those who have a veil upon their eyes to this day. So let's keep going. I'm going to go to Acts chapter 17 and verse 11. Acts chapter 17, verse 11. Because there are a lot of people who still have the veil on their heart. And not just those of the Old Testament bandits, but those who live in society, period. All right? Because they do not have a ready heart to accept what the scriptures say. They don't believe that is the word of Elohim. They don't have any faith concerning scriptures. So they don't have a spirit of readiness to accept it. So those are the ones who we will call what? Swine, unclean spirits. And we will not cast our pearls unto them, which is the word of the Most High. Because if you are not worthy to accept this word, I will not cast it to you. You have to have a heart of readiness. Let me show you what that is. Acts chapter 17, verse 11. Acts chapter 17, verse 11. And it says, these were more noble than those in Thessalonica. All right? In that they received the word with all readiness of mind and searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so. Therefore, many of them believed, also of the honorable women which were Greeks, of men, not a few. Okay, so now we see here, even the Greeks believe. All right? Study the scriptures daily to see if the things that people were saying were true according to the word of Elohim. They was ready in the spirit to accept it and mingle with faith. All right? Faith cometh by hearing, and by hearing the word of Elohim. So they heard the word of faith, and then they went and studied it for themselves daily with the spirit of readiness. All right? That contraries to the spirit of stupor. You tell somebody something, they hold folly in great dignity. All right? If you're telling them the truth and you're trying to give them understanding or spiritual significance to empower them or uplift them in a spiritual way, they look at you like, what? What are you talking about, huh? It's like talking to a tree sometimes, for real. The things I be trying to tell people, it's like talking to a wall sometimes. So let's proceed. I'm going to go to Matthew's chapter 13. I want to read Matthew's chapter 13 and verse 15. Matthew's chapter 13, verse 15. And it reads, for this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should with their eyes, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I shall heal them. Verse 16, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. So you see that? These people are waxed gross in their heart, that they may see with their eyes and perceive and hear with their spiritual ears, and they may understand that this word is perfect, that the word, the Mashiach, will convert you into life, into righteousness, into holiness, will heal your soul. Okay? Because our soul is in a fallen state until we come back to the Mashiach, all right? So that we can be restored. Okay? Because our souls have committed prostitution and it needs to be restored. All right? According to the original, according to its father, which is the father of creation. And the Son makes reconciliation for the souls of the righteous. So, as we see, these people have ears, they can't hear you. Try to tell them the truth, they don't want to hear it. All right? They have eyes, and they still can't see because spiritually they're deaf and dumb. Their spirit man is dead. All right? That's why I tell you, let the blind lead the blind. Okay? Okay. So, now we're going to keep going. I'm going to go to 1 John chapter 2, verse 11. 1 John chapter 2, verse 11, because there are other attributes and characteristics. If you're dealing with them, if you're dealing with these characteristics, they could blind you unto the truth. They can also blind you with these certain attributes. Okay, so 1 John chapter 2, verse 11. 1 John chapter 2, verse 11, and it says, but he that hateth his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not where he goes, because the darkness hath blinded him. So we see darkness and hatred. Hatred blinds those, all right? You hate your brother, you're walking in darkness. Darkness is a blindness. Blindness is error, because error was a fault concerning the Father, right? What does a fog do when you're driving? It brings forth blindness. You can't see, all right? And if the fog is thick enough, you can't even see 2 inches in front of your face. So a lot of you are caught in a spiritual fog because you can't see, and you're spiritually deaf because you can't hear. So the only thing that can break that is readiness to accept the word of the Most High Power, to be able to accept the word in love, in readiness, and in truth. Okay? That is the only thing that will break the spell of error. That is the only thing that will break the spirit of darkness. So my people, I hope that you have an eye to see and an ear to hear, and I will pray for you that you do. But for those, when we're bringing truth to people, if they accept you not, they will not accept the words of the Messiah. They will not accept the words of the Father. When you come to them, you tell them a spiritual understanding. And if they don't listen, shake the dust off your shoulders. With that being said, shalom. You can look me up on Facebook. My page is called The Children of Light Israelites. Also have a group called The Children of Light Israelites. Or you can look me up, King QANAAH Bunny Israel. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the teaching. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. Tune in next week for my next teaching. I want to say once again, Israel, I hope you're getting this spiritual understanding. I hope that this is blessing your spirit and your soul. Kwam Yashala. Shalom.